Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and this is a breakdown of the Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2, The Passenger. A big nope of an episode, both in terms of its giant spiders and what we all kept shouting at Baby Yoda's binge eating. There are actually a lot of overlooked details this episode, including a new threat to Mando and Baby Yoda that I think we're all missing, and the real reason I think Baby Yoda might be eating those eggs. Let's find all the Easter eggs this episode and chow down. And yeah, I am wearing our custom This Is The Way shirt, which you can buy from our merch store, newrockstarsmerch.com. And for a bit more, you can write in your own custom shout out that we will feature in the next episode of WookieLeaks. There's a lot of great options in our store, including hoodies and a Hi, I'm Erik Voss shirt. Why not? newrockstarsmerch.com. Okay, spoiler warning, here we go. We open back on Tatooine, and you might have noticed a wider aspect ratio this season. It's a more cinematic angle, showing off the Western-inspired landscape imagery, and I appreciate how the classic lens flare trope is compounded to account for both of Tatooine's sons. The bandits who snare Mando are led by a Nikto. The Nikto cartel overtook Tatooine's crime operation after Jabba's syndicate fell. The one who holds Baby Yoda at knife point is the same race as the jerk who snapped at Rey on Jakku in The Force Awakens. And when Mando's speeder bike gets tripped up, I like the detail of him igniting his jetpack just briefly to control his landing. Physics usually don't matter in the Star Wars universe, but when they're applied to stunt work like this, they make each blow and fall feel more authentic. And the fact that a Nikto led this trap makes me wonder whether this was an isolated incident or organized, plan, thought out. You guys notice their target.
Get the child!
Yeah, these guys were following Mando and the child, or were told where to find them. And the editing includes an insert of the final guy looking at Boba Fett's helmet, but not taking it. That could mean Boba, who did spot them last episode, could have alerted this gang. Or it's possible that they were tipped off by Peli Motto, who knew Mando's destination, was interested in Baby Yoda, and hasn't seemed entirely honest with Mando. For all we know, she could have rigged that game of sabacc with Dr. Mandible just to squeeze more money out of Mando to cover that bet. Just a little conspiracy we're gonna need to keep our eye on. In the Mos Eisley Cantina, Mando passes the K-99 bartender droid again, like the K-99 from Jabba's palace, and this one's voiced by Mark Hamill last season.
Fortunately, the bounty guild no longer operates from Tatooine.
Dr. Mandible is a Killik race native to Alderaan. Peyton Reed directed this episode. He directed the Marvel Ant-Man movies, so this could be a tip of the hat to his own work. But if you watch closely in episode 5 last season, both Dr. Mandible and this frog woman were visible in the cantina in the background. So it's pretty cool for the show to reveal more of a narrative for these background characters. Ooh, but before we continue, we want to thank Vessi for sponsoring this video. These shoes are great, even if you're a rough and tough space bounty hunter. The last thing you want to worry about is stepping in a puddle and getting your socks soaked. Lucky for you, Mando, Vessi makes knit sneakers that are 100% waterproof and weatherproof. These bad boys are breathable, letting the air out without letting water in, so things stay nice and fresh, unlike some big old clunky boots. Sure, spurs sound cool, but they must be really impractical while driving. Vessi shoes are super stretchy. They fit like a sock. They only weigh 175 grams. They're also made with this space-age Dynamex material, so these are a real everyday shoe, no matter the weather. They're also sustainably made and super easy to clean. If you're going on hikes or running errands or playing some keep away with your kid brother's Baby Yoda doll during those wintry months, Vessi shoes will keep you comfortable, protected, and looking great.
I'm too afraid to kill bugs by crushing it, so I'm just gonna spray them with water. No, I got my shoe all wet, but my feet are dry because I'm wearing Vessies. Thanks, Vessi. You saved my life.
Oops, they have an incredible early Black Friday offer going right now. So go grab yourself a pair for the rainy season while they still have sizes, and you can thank me later. Check them out in the link below. And if you missed the Black Friday sale, no worries. You can still use my code NEWROCKSTARS to get $25 off your Vessi shoes. And thanks again to Vessi for sponsoring this. Peli Motto wins sabacc with this hand.
Idiots array! Hey, that's Thorax!
Idiot's Array is the same hand Lando Calrissian used to win the game of sabacc in Rebels.
Not so fast. It appears I have an idiot's array.
You could also hear a kid playing this same hand in Solo.
Full sabacc. Look, let me see that.
Nope, my card.
It's she.
She's one.
No one knows what Castle was saying because this movie sucked. Outside, Peli Motto uses a treadwell droid to roast the great dragon meat in the fire of a pod racer engine. This is great. It's a kind of nod to Galaxy's Edge, where a restaurant roasts meat on a spit in the fire of an engine. And then Peli says,
I like it medium rare. I'm not some Rhodian for crying out loud.
Apparently, Rhodians like their meat cooked well done. Though, I like to think Peli could be making fun of Greedo, the Rhodian, whom Han Solo famously faced off with in the same cantina booth Peli was just sitting in, where Han Solo cooked that Rhodian well done. The Frog Woman is physically played by actor Misty Rosas, who also performed the movements for Kuil, and this character wants passage.
She needs her eggs fertilized by the equinox or her line will end. She said her husband has settled on the estuary moon of Trask in the system of the gas giant Coliban.
We saw this gas giant in the trailer as the battered Razor Crest drifts past it, so Trask must be the name of the water planet. But Baby Yoda clocks the eggs right away. I love how you can see him waddling in right after them onto the ship in the background. I suspect his desire for the eggs could be more than just hunger, because when he presses his adorable little face against that tank, you can see the eggs suddenly moving closer to him. Also notice that every time Baby Yoda slurps an egg, he does it in one gulp. There's no chewing there. So is Baby Yoda eating these, ingesting and digesting? Or is he like devouring them for safekeeping? The way I devour Reese's cups for safekeeping. I'm just saying, if the others in the tank get lost or harmed, or if this frog woman ain't what she says she is, Baby Yoda could end up hawking one of these up and that line could live on. As a lover of the music on the show, I gotta shout out Gurenson's new Baby Yoda theme. Those bell chimes are dreamy, innocent, John Williams-y. It's just hard not to see this chowdown as something pure and altruistic. Now, the Aurebesh on Mando's navigation screen reads incoming comm and proximity alert with 2 New Republic X-Wings piloted by Captain Carson Teva, played by Paul Sun-Hyung Lee, and the returning Trapper Wolf, Dave Filoni cameoing. Returning from episode 6 last season, that's why he recognizes the Razor Crest from the incident at Bothan 5. Now, Mando tries to wave them off.
May the Force be with you.
And also with you.
Now, of course, Mando doesn't really know what the Force is. He doesn't really know the Jedi religion, but presumably this is just a New Republic salutation now that he has memorized to get out of situations just like this one. But as they chase him down to the ice planet, Carson's display has the same 2-dimensional graphics that Luke had in his cockpit in the trench run in New Hope. Like to see that continuity, nice. But the production design adds some really cool details to emphasize how frigid this ice planet is. Notice the frost-covered edges of Mando's helmet and armor that increase and increase as the episode goes on, and the way his gauntlet sticks frozen to his dashboard. Frog Woman hotwires the droid Zero from the Bothan 5 episode, bringing back the voice of comedic actor Richard Ayoade.
My husband has risked his life to carve out an existence for us.
And as Mando helps the Frog Woman scoop her eggs out of the hot spring, Baby Yoda wanders over to some different eggs. This scene imagery very much inspired by the moment Kane in Alien came across the face hugger eggs, as well as the big ol' egg patch laid by the xenomorph queen that Ripley finds in Aliens. Now, these spiders, at first glance, do evoke the Krykna of Rebels, but they're actually an original trilogy callback. The knobby white spiders that the Krykna were based on, the older spider being an original design by Ralph McQuarrie for Dagobah in Empire Strikes Back, a later rendering done in 1993. And then when they get back to the cockpit, the nav display now reads Maldo Kreis and ignition offline. Guys, Maldo Kreis is the name of the ice planet where Mando found the Mithril in the very first scene of the series. That could mean this planet is Maldo Kreis, maybe a different, more rugged part of it, or it's just a new destination popping up on the screen and Mando could be returning to that planet in the future. We did see in the trailer that Horatio Sands' blue Mithril is returning later this season, so we could find out why he was on that planet to begin with. Then the Mama Spider is blasted away by the 2 X-Wing pilots who commend Mando for his good deeds toward the New Republic.
Security records also show that you put your own life in harm's way to try to protect that of Lieutenant Davin from the New Republic Correctional Corps.
Davin was the officer played by Matt Lanter, who voiced Anakin in Clone Wars. And the last couple details, the markings of Wolf's X-Wing, some painted ties for presumably each one he shot down. I count 7 at least, which more than 5 would make him an ace. Also, the Aurebesh over there translates to rescue, meaning these pilots might be part of the New Republic Search and Rescue Corps, kind of like their Coast Guard. Now, again, check out NewRockstarsMerch.com to get our This Is the Way shirt and other great options. Subscribe to New Rockstars, follow me at Erik Voss, follow New Rockstars. See you next time. I have spoken.